Hello, welcome to tonight's episode of the Group Therapy Podcast. Brandon's back again tonight.
Hi.
So, Tina's taking a break. So, tonight's episode, we're going to talk our 10, not combined. I'll do 10, Brandon will do 10, favorite animes.
Okay, pretty basic tastes. Or do I?
Yes.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Not until I tell you my numbered list.
No, I'm not going to put...
yeah.
See, I'm not even going to... I guess I can say this, mine are in no...
No specific
order. It's just top 10.
It's just, here are 10 things I like.
Yeah, but as always, tonight's episode is brought to you by RU Game, the best comic book, video game, magic, movie, role-playing, board game, toy store in all of Piqua, Ohio. Located at 124 North Sunset Drive, Piqua, Ohio, 45356.
Have you sold the copy of Killer 7 yet?
No, it's sitting in a case.
You need to play Killer 7. And you need to do it right now. And if you have a GameCube at home, buy it from my dad.
Here we go. Saturday, I just dumped a bunch of money. I got a whole bunch of Pokemon games. Check local listings for
Get yourself some Pokemans.
Yeah, I got Pokemon Silver, Crystal, Leaf Green, Sapphire, Emerald, Pearl, Diamond, X, Mystery Dungeon Red, Mystery Dungeon Blue, Pokemon Ranger.
I wholeheartedly recommend the Mystery Dungeon games.
And I got 2 Game Boy Advances and 2 original DS's.
Oh, the old school, big bulky ones?
Yeah, the big bulky ones that have a slot for where it plays pretty much everything.
Where it plays the Game Boy Advance games, too.
Mm-hmm. I got those. Plus,
I don't know what happened to ours.
It's
somewhere.
Because I got it at the shop. That's my testing system.
Oh, okay.
Because Joe got because it's the one that's falling apart. Remember, the hinges broke.
Yeah. So
I just use that to test games because it's broke. So,
our 3DS is shot too. We need a 3DS.
Well, there's one. Literally every time I tell Joe to take one, that we get one in, he's like, eh.
Well, it's because you make him pay money.
No, he works there. he literally he is not. He's only drawn he's worked every Saturday and he's drawn less than $100 for 6 weeks worth of work on Saturdays because he just buys stuff while he's at the store. But I also got a bunch of Nintendo Mario games for the DS and for the Advance. I got Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3. Brandon over yawning his ass off. And then I got Mario and Luigi. Those are also really good games. Yes, they are great games.
Play them.
So I can actually tell you what I got here. Let's see here. Go to the...
This is a shameless self-promotion.
I will shamelessly self-promote.
This is buy our stuff that we are selling you so we can live and also buy cooler stuff. That way you can buy cooler stuff at reasonable prices.
I am the cheapest around on video games.
Some guys will charge $100. We charge you $50.
It might be $100. You might pay $75. Okay, we got Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3, Mario Party DS.
We passed the savings on to you.
Mario and Luigi, Mario Kart, Mario Hoops, Mario Yoshi's Island DS, and Super Mario for the DS.
Yeah.
And
you just got a great big Nintendo set.
There we go.
Dude, the original Advances.
Yeah. Let's see, what did we get here? I got
the ones with no backlight.
Yeah.
You kids got it good.
Yeah, I got Crystal, Silver.
Handhelds with backlights and built-in chargers. We had to spend a butt ton of money on batteries.
Sapphire, Emerald, Leaf Green, Pokemon Dungeon Red, Ruby, Pokemon Ranger Blue, the other Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Pearl and Diamond, and Pokemon X. And that's not including those. I got extras. So I got booklets and stuff. And then I got some Kirby games.
Like parents, you can't go wrong with a Pokemon game.
No, well, Pokemon is super hot and going super stupid right now, so jump on it while you can still afford it. So,
yeah, the older Pokemon games are getting harder and harder and harder to find. They're only going up.
Well, yeah, and then I got the booklets with them too on several of them. Mm-hmm. So my Pokemon, so I think Silver, Crystal, and Sapphire, Leaf Green, and Emerald. I have their manuals with them. So those are all. None of those are cheap. But I'm still cheaper than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. All right. So we get past that. So remember, hey, we're Pokemon anime.
Yeah.
Pokemon is an anime, and
it is simultaneously because it ran on like regular, I guess. There are a lot of anime that, like, back then wasn't really considered anime because it was just, like, stuff like the old school Voltron and stuff like.
Well, we had this. We'll go ahead and start with this because we used to call because back when I was a kid, it was Japanimation. Before it became anime, actually, it was just cartoons. We didn't know it was Japanimation.
And it's just like, oh man, this funny cartoon is.
Dude, when I was a kid, some of my favorite cartoons were Roboformers or Shogun Warriors or stuff like that, which basically they marketed them over here because Shogun Warriors were hot,
mm-hmm.
and they took like Getter Robo and like
these for your Shoguns
right there. Some of them are behind me.
Big old Shogun.
Yeah, I got
with his busted head.
Yeah, Vincent did that when he was here. Anybody has an extra head? Just a head. I need a head replacement for Deimos. So I don't even know. But if you want to send me one, I would greatly appreciate it. Actually, if you have one cheap enough, let me know. Or if you have any Shogun Warriors that you want to sell, let me know too. So Shogun Warriors, where these were going around, this was Getter Robo. And then like Mazinger Z and stuff like that. So we get them, and they would market them over here under Shogun Warriors in certain markets. Mm-hmm. And then also they market them under Roboformers, mm-hmm. Which would be like Raideen and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know those were anime.
You just thought they were.
They were Shogun Warrior cartoons. We got G-Force,
Speed Racer,
Gigantor. Robotech.
Yeah.
All the Voltrons. We didn't know that these were anime until I got older and was like, everybody's like, oh, that's anime. I'm like, what's anime? And then...
Oh, that's anime.
Yeah. I remember being a kid.
And then you watched Bubblegum Crisis and then you became a better person.
Dude. Bubblegum Crisis... Well, actually, I can tell you the movies that got me was I discovered Vampire Hunter D, Akira, and Bubblegum Crisis, because Mark, back in when I started working for him when I was like 15,
Slayers a lot
16.
When I was a kid too.
Yeah, I used to love Slayers.
Yeah, it's because it was like some of the DVDs we had.
It was DVDs and VHS tapes. See, kids back in the day, there was a thing called a VHS tape. When you can stream everything now, before that you had to buy everything on a disc. Before that, you had to buy everything on a giant cartridge that filled with
and before that, tape. You had to buy the actual film reel.
Well, what's the worst part about it is that I still have old school Robotech VHS tapes from FHA, Family Home Entertainment, that were in the big boxes. They got one episode per tape, and each tape was like $14.95.
Whew.
And you had like 50, I think Robotech had like 54 episodes per...
I'm going to get the Godzilla in scale with the Shogun Warriors real quick.
No, don't drag him out of there because he's too fucking big. Okay.
Big fat boy.
Robotech. The complete, was that the complete? Because this is 85 episodes. So could you imagine buying 85 episodes at $14.95?
Suffering.
Yeah, but I discovered those three in a relatively, like, all within a very short period of time. One of my favorite, because this will go when we get to the top 10 list.
On the topic of Robotech, if it's under the name Robotech, even if you have fond memories of it, don't buy it. Buy it if it's labeled Macross, because if it's labeled Robotech, none of the original people who worked on it are seeing any of that money.
Dude, I have the old school Clash of the Bionoids VHS tape, and that is like stupid hard to find because that is the entire Macross series condensed down to like 80 minutes. So, but yeah, keep going. I gotta check something real quick.
But yeah, Harmony Gold sucks. They got a death grip on the Robotech license.
Yeah,
and like only recently have we started getting official Macross stuff here in the States.
Well, what's funny about that? Sorry, I had to check a wire. Is that Harmony Gold may be losing Robotech because they haven't been able to produce anything. Harmony Gold has to produce, like, I can't remember how much of what they have to, how much and of what they have to produce, but they've produced nothing in the last like X amount of time. They haven't even begin. Well, that's like they would begin production and do like a 10-minute test of.
They would just do stuff to hold on to the rights.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to do that. So what was funny was like, what was it, 5 years ago or so, they announced that they were doing the live-action Robotech movie, and like I want to say like Leonardo DiCaprio was like the guy behind it all. His production company was going to produce it, and then Harmony Gold's like, yeah, that money, and so nope, and it all went to grinding to the halt.
Like the sooner it's out of Harmony Gold's hands and money starts being able to flow back to the original creators, I'm happy. Because
well, that's what I like is I have the big box set, the big fat box set, and it has like both episodes. So, but literally like Robotech, all that stuff was like my introduction into anime before I knew what anime was.
Mm-hmm. Pokemon was mine.
Yeah, you watched your Pokemon and your Yu-Gi-Oh when you were little.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I could not get enough Yu-Gi-Oh.
And Joe was Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Beyblade. He liked the Beyblade.
Then he got into Bakugan for a bit.
Then he got Bakugan for a bit. Yeah, he forgot Bakugan. But there's all these like little and then you guys have been in and have always loved Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
I remember.
Honestly, like, I remember watching the tapes growing up, but it was a lot of the supplemental material, because I was born, and I got into Dragon Ball when it was done, when it was over.
No,
it had been over for years.
At least in Japan. You were into it in the middle here. So, because they kept doing the, you would get, because Toonami would show one story arc and then go back and re-show that same story arc over again, then add the next story arc. Then they would show both of those again, and then they would add the next story arc. And then they kept doing that and kept doing that.
But what really got me into Dragon Ball was honestly, like I said, a lot of the supplemental, like a lot of the, I guess you could say the merchandising, because we played the video games.
Oh yeah, you guys loved the video games. I remember when I got, was it Final Battle?
Final Bout, which is the GT one,
and then Ultimate Battle 22 or whatever.
Those are the rougher titles, but I played the crap out of the Tenkaichi game. We all played. Everyone in this family played the crap out of the Tenkaichi games.
And Saga for the
the really rough beat 'em up game. I think Saga's was made
for the Xbox.
I think it was a multiplat. I could be wrong, but I believe Saga's was made by a Western studio compared to
Tenkaichi, and
like all the other Dragon Ball Z games were made in Japan and then ported over here. I think, and I could be wrong, Sagas was made here, but I could be wrong.
I remember when we got the bootleg copy.
The reason why I think that is because Future Gohan. In Japan, Future Gohan has his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're really iffy about, like, amputees. Because often enough, even if a person, like, has, like, even if there's no gore or blood, if a person, like, is an amputee, that's just, like, a hard, like, it increases. Like, Sero does not like that. But, you know, like I said, the reason why I think Sagas was made here is because Future Gohan is missing his arm, as it's correctly supposed to be. During that segment in Sagas.
You guys played the hell. I remember having a bootleg copy of Dragon Ball Z for the Super Nintendo. Remember we had the emulator?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd play. I remember you guys playing the shit out of that.
Wasn't that in the Tip City?
What?
I remember playing like a Dragon Ball Z. I can't remember what I was playing, but it was like on a TV. I could just be like hallucinating this because
I think it was on. I think it's on the emulator on our on the Xbox.
Maybe.
Because I believe that's on there. I know it's on there.
The games we played the crap out of were the Legacy of Goku games.
Yeah, for the Game Boy. Holy crap.
I think that's what you're remembering.
Well, no, because I remember having one for the emulator on. I want to believe it was our Xbox because we had the modded Xbox back in the day. So, well, what's funny is that I found some of your Legend of Goku, Legacy of Goku, okay, and you guys had literally wore the sticker almost off, putting it in, taking it out, putting it in.
The first Legacy of Goku game is a little rough. It's not great. They really hit their stride with 2. Like, when I can't remember who developed it, but 2 is like a...
Was it THQ?
No, it wasn't THQ. It was... published, I think Webfoot, maybe? It was like a weird developer that, like, made... Like, those are actually games that were made here in the States. The Legacy of Goku games. And they only got ported. They did get Japan ports with unique... There we go.
Legacy of Goku.
Infogrames.
Infogames.
Well, that's the publisher. Webfoot Technologies.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, Atari.
Well, publisher.
Publisher, yeah.
Infogrames published the first 2 games. Atari published the
and then
Boost
Van
Fury.
Presto did the international. So,
yeah.
Okay, there you go. So,
because there's the fun. The reason why I know those were made here in the States is because the games use the Falconer soundtrack, the Bruce Falconer, which is like a lot of the heavy guitar.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Bruce Falconer is how we got Dragon, Rock the Dragon Ball Z.
Well, okay. I mean, you guys. I remember you guys got into Dragon Ball. And remember when you were a kid and you had to have your mom made you a Dragon Ball cake for your birthday?
That was the best thing ever.
You had the ball with the.
We watched the crap out of the Dragon Ball tapes too, like with the really early localization, where it had where they had like their they did their own theme song, and it's the Goku. He's gonna show you.
I remember Joe watching so much subtitled Dragon Ball Z when you guys were kids that he would speak Japanese and everybody would have to stop and look at him and he'd just be like rambling on in Japanese.
Because he's just listening, like he didn't know what he was saying.
Well, I remember we were getting some import bootleg stuff back in the day and we had the entire run of Dragon Ball Z.
But in Japanese.
And so you guys would sit there and watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it. And you'd watch so much Dragon Ball Z. And I remember all the little kids, all of them wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z because they were still like watching like the Boo, not even the Boo saga, but like way back on Toonami.
But we had like everything that hadn't been
released,
American TV yet.
Yeah. But you also got to see the uncut episodes.
Uncensored.
Yes. Because what is it? In America, they cut 11 episodes worth of shit out of the series.
A lot of the filler. Funny enough, the anime added more gore than there was in the
manga.
Well,
it's because the manga was coming out simultaneously with the anime, and they couldn't keep up.
Fuck.
Yeah,
fuck.
they were.
And then they made fake Namek, and everyone hated it.
Yep. I remember
nobody likes fake Namek.
I remember the first time you guys ever got to see the actual death of Krillin.
Goku!
And bouncing up and down on the freaking horn.
Well, he didn't die then.
No, yeah, but
that was a lot.
Yeah, but they cut that out too of American TV. So, oh my god, I'm gonna go out on a limb, say Dragon Ball Z is on both of our top 10 lists.
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna say it's perfect. It's got its issues, but it's still really good. If Joe were here, Joe would definitely be talking about Naruto right now.
Yeah,
Joe loves Naruto.
Yeah, he's a big Naruto fan, but I still think he still has a massive love for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah, although I'm not gonna lie, I have not finished Super. I've got like the first story arc, because it was where I'm at now is
I think Super in general is a lot weaker than the original series. Nothing against Toyable, the current guy who's working on it, but I don't know.
Well, I like it, but it doesn't have the. I can say it doesn't have the heart.
Well, like
I think
I think the heart is fine. I think the problem is that Toyable, I think everyone jokes about Dragon Ball Z being, the characters just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And, it's, well, this guy's super strong, but, the series got to continue. Like, Super has done nothing but, I think, make that problem worse. Because it's like, oh, Goku now has Super Omega Ultra Instinct and has now completely mastered it. And it's just like
they got to keep bumping up the villain level too.
Yeah,
it's like the villains keep getting more and more powerful.
The villain of spoilers. I'm going to spoil.
Well,
the manga specifically. Moro, the Goat Man, briefly became the Earth because he was like, "Oh fuck, I'm getting owned by Goku." Well, guess what now, Goku? I am the Earth. You can't blow up the Earth. You love Earth. Fuck you, Goku. Or should I say, fuck you, Son Goku?
Son Goku.
Yeah, say Son Goku.
Son Goku.
Because that's his full name. Because he's named after Sun Wukong.
Yep. So, all right. Well, you know what? We're going to take our first break. And after the break, we're going to start talking top 10 lists.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're going to take a minute.
We'll be right back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Never forget the day your home was invaded by Super GoBots, each sold separately from Tonka.
The look, the feel, the sound, so real.
The AK Centerfire, automatic water weapon, batteries not included, with up to 30 feet of firing power. An extra clip for reloading, a shoulder strap for moving out. There's also the M16 rifle, the sidekick pistol, the RPG rocket water launcher, the AK Centerfire.
The look, the feel, the sound, so real. Entertainment.
A helpless country is attacked. What can we stop them with? Rambo. Rambo, the force of freedom. For the first time on television, Rambo in an action-packed all-new miniseries. 5 days of adventure and excitement. 5 days of Rambo. Don't miss it.
Begins Monday, April 14th at 4:30 on WCIX Channel 6.
And we are back. All right.
Because we're talking about anime, I have become the gatekeeper.
The game.
You are not allowed to enjoy anime if you have basic bitch taste.
See, that's just it. My favorite animes are usually giant robot animes, but that's...
Are you a basic bitch,
No,
father?
I don't drink White Claw.
Oh, no. I don't either.
As I tell your mom, every time she's drinking a White Claw, I go, yeah, basic.
Who am I to talk? I love pumpkin spice lattes.
Ugh.
No. I'm the basic one.
I like pumpkin spice for two things. Pie and donuts. But you know what's better than pumpkin spice donuts? Apple spice donuts. Mm-hmm. Damn right.
I was going to say, White Girl Wednesday. You
White Girl Wednesday.
You enjoy... You go out and get yourself a pumpkin spice latte.
I don't even drink coffee. I think coffee's gross, but that's beside the point.
I love coffee.
I drink tea. Tea and juice.
He don't drink soda. He don't drink alcohol.
Nope.
He's straight edge.
Hardcore straight edge. Caffeine
Gotta
is...
do
Although I'm not gonna lie, I like my caffeine in my tea, so I guess I'm not hardcore straight edge because I gotta have caffeine. If not, I am massive.
You get the caffeine headaches.
Yeah, if I don't have caffeine, I am massively unpleasant to be around. More unpleasant than normal. So
Everyone's got their vices.
everybody's got their vices. And my vice is
Caffeine.
Well, yeah, it's caffeine. But once I don't even eat. I don't eat candy. I eat a little bit of candy, but not much. I don't eat fast food. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't even like taking medication. So, I mean, I know I gotta take medication, but that's not but I don't, not one of the people, you know, I injured my back and they put me on Vicodin. I took like 2 Vicodin and went, yep, that's not for me. And then I got rid of them. So, I definitely did not need that. Fatal Fury OVA. Okay. We're going to get on this whole conversation before we start this top 10 list, okay? When I was young, OVA was original video animation.
That's what it is.
And then they also had OAVs, which is original animated videos, which is the exact same thing. It just went... We would call them OVAs. That was just the nickname for them. Like you would go, oh, did you watch the, you know, whatever OVA? Or the Fatal Fury OVA, or the Street Fighter, which ended up being the movies, and the whatever.
Those Street Fighter ones are ridiculous, but they're fun.
Yeah. Although I love the Night Warriors, which is Darkstalkers.
Oh, the Darkstalkers OVA. Do not watch the Saturday morning cartoon Darkstalkers. That sucks.
Yeah, but no,
watch the Darkstalkers OVA instead.
Yeah, well, it's 4 volumes on VHS tape. I still got my old VHS tapes of a lot of this stuff I'm about to talk to you about. I still have VHS tapes on some of it.
I just realized. You know what counts as anime?
What?
The Resident Evil CGI movies.
No.
No, it counts.
Well,
it's
then
from Japan. It's animated. Well, what about the What about the
Captain Harlock?
Yeah, what about the 3D animated that? Would you say that doesn't count?
This is gonna be for a later date. Well, okay, this is gonna be my series, top 10 anime series, and then later we'll do our top 10 anime movies. Okay, we're gonna separate this out now.
Alrighty then, I gotta scratch some of this out now.
Okay. So well,
the OVAs were a series of because there's a Fatal Fury 1 OVA, then the 2 OVA, then the 3 OVA.
Yeah, okay. OVAs I'll count as series.
Oh, angel.
I'll count those.
Alrighty.
Single movies such as
The Ghost in the Shell
Ghost in
movie.
the Shell movie, but not the series. Appleseed the movie, but not the Appleseed series. But you can go okay, if I just say Ghost in the Shell and just lump it all into one, we can do that.
Yeah, The Ghost in the Shell, the series.
But you can't go Vampire Hunter D because there's only 2 of them, and both the movies are about a decade apart. And okay, I'm gonna go super basic on this one, And my first one is Gundam.
It's the original. It's the it is the thing that got a lot of people in the anime.
Well, Gundam was one of them ones that started out so early here in America. I remember watching Gundam on like afternoons. We got it here in America, and I didn't. Yet again, was one of the ones I didn't know was an anime. And the fact is that some of the Gundams are hit and miss. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up on the original Gundam, which we got over here in America as just Gundam.
I wish I could just. These are transition lenses, but I wish I could just like make them sunglasses. Just all of a sudden be like, came here to laugh at you.
Well,
Just suddenly become Char, or however you pronounce his name.
yeah, because it started in '79 over in Japan. I think we got it here in America in like '81 or '82. Because I remember watching it, sitting at my grandparents' house.
When you're a little baby boy.
When I was a little baby boy. I don't know. I was like 6, 7, maybe.
Little baby boy.
So, I was never a little baby boy. Even though your grandma will say otherwise.
You were like you had like a full beard even as like a little kid.
Yeah, I was still had very little hair even as a child. Gundam is one of the ones that I found when I was relatively young. I didn't realize it was like the 0080. It was just Gundam. We got Gundam on.
Yeah, you didn't know that there were like 80 billion different.
Yeah, we didn't know there was like charge counterattack, and we did not know there was 0083 and all those, and I've got a ton of them. I've got so many DVDs of Gundam, it's ridiculous. And I even still have some old VHS tapes. But most people here in America, I got the Gundam, the original Gundam, and I watched that as a kid because it was on when everybody was trying to find the next Robotech, Voltron, Transformers, any of that. So they were using any giant robot cartoons that they could find.
They were like scrambling to like, we need to have the distribution rights for this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and it was one of them things. And it wasn't till, I watched that when I was younger, but wasn't till, and I know this gets back to being super basic, Gundam Wing. I love me some Gundam Wing. I've just rewatched Gundam Wing recently at the shop because I have the box set. So I literally sit there and watch all the way through, and then I watch Endless Waltz. One is it has decent characters. It has really cool Gundam designs. It has some of the best names ever on Gundams. Death Scythe Hell, Heavy Arms, Sandrock Custom. But then there's this Wing Zero.
Sometimes all you need is a little basic.
Yeah. But I love those, man. And some of the contrived characterizations of some of the boys that they had and the girl, but no, Gundam Wing was the shit, and it got me back into watching Gundam. And then I had to watch like everything Gundam after that again. I watched G Gundam, which is like Street Fighter Gundam or Super Racist Gundam.
You need to watch the Gundam Build Fighters, which is a series about people who collect the little like Gundam.
I remember you guys used to watch SD Gundam.
Yeah, because it ran on Toonami, Cartoon Network. The
Super Deformed.
Yeah, they were like the little chibi Gundams.
Yep. And then I got back into watching some of the other stuff, and then reading the manga on some of the other ones. And I haven't watched Unicorn yet, which is kind of old on there now. Because I had to take some time off. For those of you who don't know, I actually had an anime store in Piqua. Had it for several years. And
the Anime Source.
Yeah, the Anime Source. And what killed it was Walmart. Walmart killed me. Not gonna lie, I remember that. I can tell you the day it happened. The guy showed up with a PDA. For those of you who don't know, a PDA was a smartphone before a smartphone.
And it didn't actually work as a phone.
It didn't work as a phone. It was a little computer that you could, put notes in and kind of browse the internet early on.
It was a real life video game, like little menu tablet thing.
Yeah, and a guy showed up at the shop one day, asked me what we carried, And he looked around, well, that's pretty nice, everything. And, you know, he was asking us all these questions about it. And then, like, a week later, our local Walmart started carrying anime. Like, a shit ton of anime. Then, around the same time, FYE started carrying a shit ton of anime. Remember when they had that whole big aisle of nothing but anime? And then when they closed, they had that little section?
Because everyone had bought it all up.
Yeah, and then the stuff that they had that you could get, nobody wanted. It was stuff that was like filtering in at the end, and people were like, I don't want that one. I don't want that one.
It's like, what the hell is this?
So, literally, my first anime, gonna have to go with one of my top 10, is Gundam. Gundam Universe. I'll just say Gundam Universe. That embraces everything.
All right.
Mind you, there's some turds in there. But my first one will be Gundam. All right, Brandon, it's to you. Gotta make notes.
Just remember. This one's here is another classic. I guess I have boomer opinions, but only because I grew up with all the older stuff because we couldn't afford new stuff. We could a little bit, but
this is what happens when you're poor and you get what you get.
Yu Hakusho.
You guys used to love Yu Yu Hakusho.
We still do. Yu Yu Hakusho is great.
Well, yeah, it was one of the massive freaking animes that had a shit ton of episodes, and I can't remember how. Let's see how many episodes this thing had. Oh shit, that is not what I needed.
Revision history.
Well, you guys, Yu Yu Hakusho, I can never.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hakusho was you guys watched the hell of that on Toonami back in the day.
I think you had some VHS and DVDs too.
Oh, I know I had some. Yeah, we had a bunch of that. Original run from 90 to 94. 19 volumes of the manga. You had some of the manga too. I think you guys still probably have some of the manga.
Probably.
But yeah,
Joe's probably got more than I do.
Well, Joe, you have like the figures and the statues and stuff, and
I don't have any Yu Yu Hakusho stuff yet. I'll probably find a Nintendo or something.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I remember that was one of the ones when because a lot of the Toonami stuff you guys watch, and that was one of the big ones that you loved. Are you gonna say why you liked it or nothing?
I'm sorry. I'm my mind's going 100 miles an hour. Oh, I gotta talk about that. Oh, I gotta talk about that too.
Okay.
And what about you?
Okay, my next one is Sorcerer Hunters. I loved me some Sorcerer Hunters.
It and Slayers kind of blend together in my head because I grew up around both, but my little kid brain could not tell the difference between
them. Well, the worst part about it is I know I let you watch Sorcerer Hunters when you were way too young. Well, you guys watched the English dub TV series, which is really, really toned down. Mm-hmm. And then I read the manga and watched the Japanese, and then I even have Sorcerer Hunters Chocolate and Other Hot Things, which is really, really not for children. I mean, it's not hentai, but it's
as they say, ecchi.
It's a uber fan servicey. But oh my god.
However you pronounce it.
And the best thing is that, I'm not gonna lie, I still have a Sorcerer Hunters t-shirt. Because it had chocolate and...
I'm pretty sure you still got a lot of your old anime, they're Hawaiian shirts, but they're anime.
Yeah, I still got some of them, yeah. Vince was wearing one of my Goku ones a while back.
Come out and be hey Dad, can I borrow your shirt? And you're like, no. Taking your mom out today, and you got your Dragon Ball Z.
Well, what was funny was I worked at a hotel. Anybody who listens to this show, I worked at a hotel for several years.
And we lived at the hotel.
And we lived in the apartment side of the hotel. We were supposed to wear button-down shirts. I hated it because we were, everybody would wear button-down white shirts, whatever. I asked Ty, my boss, I was like, hey, he goes, I don't care as long as it's a button-down shirt. I'm like, all right. So I had a ton of those, I don't know what the hell I call them now, but I had Goku and I had Dragon Ball Z, I had Spider-Man, I had... I can't say I had. I still have them. They're upstairs in the closet. Oh my god. But no, Tira and chocolate, tiramisu and chocolate, which I love the fact that I actually got to meet the American voice actress for chocolate, and that's literally one of my favorite. And the best one is they're all named after food.
I got to meet the old American Gohan.
Yeah, you met her. Can't remember her name now off the top of my head.
'Cause she's one of the few actors who didn't return. Like, she has not returned.
Well,
Currently Gohan and young Goku are voiced by a different woman.
What's hilarious is we used to go to OhioCon. And we went to we missed the first one, but we went through 2 through 6. So we went to the first, out of the first 6 years, we went to the first 5, which I think now it's on, I think it might have been, its 20th year this year or something like that, or supposed to be.
We were supposed to go meet Monica Rial.
Yeah, that fell through.
English voice of Bulma, but then all this happened.
Yeah. We had plans. That's we were supposed to go to OhioCon this year. That fell through. Yeah, there it is. The OVAs were the 3-part that's on that chocolate and other hot thing. Chocolate hot springs and other hot things. But man, yeah, I love the fact that everybody's named after
some sort of dessert.
Yeah, they got potato chips, salad chips, onion, chiffon, cinnamon tea, carrot. Carrot is the main character. But man, Sorcerer Hunters is, oh my god.
It's really silly.
Tiffany Grant was the one I met from Chocolate. So, she's a short-tempered, somewhat nymphomaniac older sister of Tira. And madly in love with Carrot, along with Tira, who's madly in love with Carrot. And Carrot turns into a giant monster. Oh yeah, Gatu Mocha is the excessively macho and also bisexual character. He they severely edited him down in the TV series, but picked him back up in the OVAs. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, I'm gonna see how editing some stuff in here, so we'll edit some pictures for these series. But literally, one of my other top 10, Sorcerer Hunters. Go watch it. It's ever so much fun and ever so much worth it. So, all right, Brandon, your next one.
I'm gonna do this out of order on my list, but like is good. It's got and honestly, the English dub is incredible because it has it's one of them few animes that is it's really good English dub. It has the incredible line, it's self-aware, but it's great, it's silly, it's just a fun, goofy anime. It ran on Toonami. You can go back and watch it. It's been a long time since I watched it. It's been a long time since I watched a lot of this stuff, which is why I'm gonna be in a little. There is one joke that sticks out to me from the English dub specifically, where a character has a dramatic anime character introduction, and flashes their name in Japanese text, and the character's like, "Get that Japanese text out of my face." Like, I know I got it right down.
Okay.
But I'm done talking about.
All right, my next one is Slayers. Slayers is
Slayer.
oh my god, it is so good. It's Slayers is one of them ones where I got into it strictly by like somebody's like, hey, have you ever heard of this? And I was like, no. And they lent me a
Here, watch it.
yeah, they lent me a pirated copy back in the day. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh my god, this is so fun. I'm like, I'm
Slayer.
oh man, it is.
Slayer had an episode where like the characters died, but like I think maybe I could be wrong, but there was an episode where they had to get back into their bodies because they were about to be cremated.
Oh yeah. Well, what's great is going back and you get Slayers Next, you get Slayers Try, which is Next is the second season, Try is the third season. The fact is that they totally make fun of the Lena Inverse, the main character. The running joke is that she's flat chested. Through all the series, and then you got Naga. Her I wouldn't say she's not the villain, but she's also not the
Not a hero.
not the hero. But she's got huge boobs, so she always throws. She's always using that to go against Lena. And literally, I'm not gonna lie, one of my D&D characters was named after Zelgadis from this, and I played that character forever. I was sitting there because I couldn't think of a name, couldn't think of the name, and we're sitting there making our characters, and I'm literally watching Slayers while we're making the character.
So you're just like,
I'm running a half elf, Zelgadis. There we go, Zel.
fuck it.
Yep, there's certain time where you just kind of get lazy about making your character's name, and you're just like, just go with that. Original video animations. There's OVAs. There's an anime TV series. Slayers Revolution is the 4th series. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Slayers. I actually need to go back and buy the. I'm slowly going through and getting back all the anime that I've lost over the years or I had to sell off when we were poor. Literally, I had a bookshelf full of just jam-packed full of anime at one time, and I sold most of it off.
I'm trying to avoid crossover with your list.
Well, that's what we're going to have. I'm sorry, but we're going to have the big crossover with those two.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that is not going to happen because those two series are on both of our lists. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay.
Gotta add that.
Was that on both our lists? So we'll
Nah,
just okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Slayers is a fun series, and that is in my top 10 list. Go find it. Box sets are relatively easy to come by. Yeah, just check it out. All right, Brandon, your turn.
Point. I never really got into the full series, but we had one DVD, and we watched the crap out of that DVD. And that DVD was Case Closed, also known as Detective Conan.
Well, that's because you literally, there's no way you could get every DVD, because that show has been going on for 150 years.
That show is been around as long as, I'm pretty sure, longer than The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It will never, that boy will never become a man again. That boy has been a boy longer than some people have been men.
Yeah, you guys watched the shit out of...
It was like a real early volume, and it was the first episode and a couple episodes after that. And it's a decent dub. We watched the dub.
Case Closed, Detective Conan.
But that's a classic.
Yeah, and the manga has 98 volumes.
Been around since 1994.
And it's still on. It's been from 94 to present. It hasn't been on as long as The Simpsons, but it's pretty close.
This show is older than me, and it's still going.
Yeah.
Like I said, this boy will never be a man.
Well, that's because they keep doing they do the films, the OVAs, the series.
Let the boy become a man again.
Yes. Yeah, you guys used to love that. And I think we had more than one volume. I think we had a couple. We didn't have a whole lot, but we...
Yeah, we Joe and I just watched that first DVD a lot.
Yeah.
It had like the dude that the murder mystery of like spoiler alert for this ancient ass show, but the dude jumped on the knife that was frozen in the block to make it look like his death was a murder. And he was trying to frame someone for murder, but it was a suicide, and it was insane.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, case closed was all right.
It was all right. It's in your top. It's literally in your top 10, but it's all right. See, this one I got. This
its
one
opening was really good.
This one I'm gonna have to kind of put an added to it because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna add a little more to that. All right. My next one is Bubblegum Crisis.
We've referenced it 1,000 times.
Yes, I will reference it till the day I die. It started out as a series of OVAs, and what's great is that there's literally a band that spawned out of it in Japan who put out CDs, put out concert videos, and everything. Revolves around the Night Sabers. They're
the future cops.
Yeah, well, they're not cops. They're mercenaries, and they stop
future mercenaries.
They stop
bounty hunters.
rogue robots called boomers.
Okay, boomer.
Oh man, I love that series. It had great music. It had cool designs for the robot or the hard suits, the exoskeletons, and they were form-fitting exoskeletons. It was all women-driven. The men were kind of bumbled their way through there, and they were the AD police who ended up getting their own series, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. I love the original run of Bubblegum Crisis, but when it came back as Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, that's when it was like, all right, I'm done. This is literally one of my favorite animes of all time. And because it goes, what was it, like 13 volumes, 4 episodes per. So it's got a decent chunk of episodes.
It's got a good run.
Yeah, it builds up the characters, more than what you get in the original 8 OVAs. So, and then of course you get AD Police, which is the spin-off of it. Not quite as good. It would only make it on my list as being part of the Bubblegum Crisis larger universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So it'd be like counting yourself as Tenchi Muyo. And then adding everything that's Tenchi Muyo in there. Because you had Ryoko, who had her own series for a while. You can count that. So, but Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040 is one of my favorites. It's got one of my favorite characters, Pris.
Let me turn this down. Turn it down. So,
yeah, settings display strong influences from the movie Blade Runner and Streets of Fire.
Streets of Fire was a random 80s American action movie that just inexplicably made it huge in Japan.
Well, it's also a musical.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just it.
Streets of Fire. Without Streets of Fire, we would not have Final Fight. We would not have Streets of Rage. We would not have the beat 'em up genre as a whole.
Well, what's great is that the opening sequence to episode 1 is modeled after the opening sequence of Streets of Fire. And the boomers look like the Terminator, the T 800 series. I'm a huge fan. I was trying to buy. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to buy about a year ago the original OVAs on Laserdisc.
Just
add to my collection. Yeah,
just because you wanted them.
Yeah, I'm stupid when it comes to some of these, but yeah, definitely go check out Bubblegum Crisis. Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, and AD Police, and then there's all the other offshoot stuff like the music videos and the concert footage and stuff like that. So, all right, Brandon, your turn.
I'm doing this all out of order of my
Well,
list.
mark them off as you take them.
Dad's going down like all me. I'm just naming them off when I like. Up next is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, story of the Joestar family. Fun fact about this series: I got into it because of the Dreamcast game, and I had no idea it was a manga and anime when I played that Dreamcast game. I thought, man, Capcom did something really cool here. Oh, this isn't Capcom.
I remember when you guys, I had the original OVA on the OVA.
I don't think we watched that all too much.
No, because you
I
guys
don't
didn't
remember-
care about it.
Yeah, I didn't. But then we played the Joe and I didn't get into it until like we were a bit older. Joe more so. It's really good. It's this one thing I really like about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is that it's a series that's always just like it's very clear that Araki's not working with a lot of restrictions. Because like part 1 is about like Victorian like English vampires. Part 2 is like a World War II like drama and Aztec vampires show up. Part 3 is like an 80s like globe-trotting adventure. Part 4 is much more grounded small town Japan. Part 5 is in Italy. Part 6 comes to America. It's then part 7 becomes a Wild West whole spiel, and it's like it's like I will never say skip a part. If you do not skip parts, but yeah, JoJo is really good. It's got really fun it's just going ham with its character designs. It's going ham with like Araki's a very striking artist. You can watch. I don't gatekeep. If you watch the anime, watch the anime. If you're anime only, I don't care. If you're manga only, I don't care.
Just enjoy.
Enjoy. Do not gatekeep. All these new fans. One thing I found that like when something becomes popular, one of two things happen. Either A, it becomes cool to hate on that thing, or B, a lot of new fans come in and they gotta feel elitist about liking something. JoJo became B, where suddenly everyone's like, oh, JoJo's the cool, manly anime. Fuck you if you like anything else. Oh, this is for... And it's like, come on, man, shut up.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched JoJo back in the day, and I was like, eh. And then Joe loves it. Joe
and I will talk for hours about JoJo.
Oh yeah, Joe. I remember I like going to the movies with Joe because Joe will talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures from the time we leave the house till the time we get to Huber to go see the movie. So, all right, you still
Dad's
going?
turn.
Okay, my next one is technically it's Devilman. Devilman.
That's a classic.
But I'm gonna go with stuff also to a lesser part, other stuff created by Go Nagai. Mm-hmm. So like your Mazinger Z and stuff like that. Which
do you like the? Have you watched the new
Crybaby?
Yeah.
No, I've not watched Crybaby.
You need to watch it.
I
It's
know
insane.
I need. Everybody tells me I need to, and it's sitting on my Netflix list. I freaking found Devilman by accident. It was one of the ones where I was looking for like Mazinger Z and stuff like that, and then I knew a guy who's like, "Oh, you know who Go Nagai is?" I'm like, "Who?" It's like Go Nagai, man. He is like the godfather of Japanese anime and manga, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then found out that, oh shit, he created Cutie Honey, he created Devilman, he created Mazinger Z, and if anybody who knows me knows that I literally have Mazinger Z tattooed on my calf, fighting Voltron. So
He's alongside the.
alongside Godzilla, Megatron, and Cthulhu. So I'm gonna get this finished.
Don't forget the Elder Sign to keep you from
Yes.
going crazy.
But realistically, I love everything Go Nagai does. And I even have like the live action Devilman movie and Cutie Honey movie. They're both horrible.
But you own them.
But I own them. And anybody who knows me is that I have a soft spot in my heart for live action versions of anime.
Because, like, it either A, comes out as hilariously bad, or B, you get something honestly really good that stands up alongside the original work.
I own, like the
Cromartie High.
Yeah, Spaceship Battleship Yamato. I have the live action version of that. I have the live action version of Cutie Honey. I have the live action version of Devilman. I have the live action version of Kite. I have the live action version of I think I got the live action version of Gundam over there too. But I found, like I said, I became Mazinger Z. I found because of Shogun Warriors. It was one of them ones, yet again, found it by accident, because before anime. Then, I was like looking for Mazinger Z anime. And then everybody's like, oh, have you ever watched, some of his other stuff? I'm like, okay. And he's like, okay. And I got hooked on that. And then I got hooked on, and I'm like, shit, all right. Basically, anything Go Nagai does is good. I mean, he does everything from giant robots to demons to fan service anime with Cutie Honey. But it's all good. It's all good. Even, there's something for everybody with him. So I know that's bad, as I'm lumping this all in with Devilman / Go Nagai.
But it's just like, just find his works.
Find his work. Go find Go Nagai. Literally, that's one of my next ones. Just, you can't go wrong with his stuff. Mazinger Z, I picked up some new Mazinger Z stuff. It's great because the newest one of the newer movies, ties up the original Mazinger Z anime from the early 80s.
That's something that was made for boomers like you.
Yeah, it's made for. That's like when they did the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo and then the Curse of the 13 Ghosts. So they're like, oh, you know what? You guys that grew up on this, you deserve an ending. Yeah, I know it's 30 years later, but you deserve an ending. So, all right, next one, Brandon.
Okay.
Let's see. That marked off.
I already marked them
off. Oh, okay.
See, there's
Yeah,
one.
okay.
I know you put it down, but I cannot bring this up. Hokuto no Ken. Fist of the North Star.
Oh, yes. Fist of the North Star. That's on my list, too, so we're going to both talk about this one at the same time.
Let's go ahead and...
We'll mark it off.
Yeah.
Fist of the North Star I found, yet again, by accident, because I watched the Fist of the North Star movie. And I'm like, oh, this is sweet. And everybody's, there's a series.
It's like a martial arts Mad Max.
It's Bruce Lee meets Mad Max. It's exactly what it is. And everybody's like, have you, I watched the movie. I was like, oh, this is great. And they're like, there's a series. Oh, what? And now I have it. I have all 3 of the Japanese import giant box sets of... and the worst part about it is there's a shit ton of episodes.
I need to get the one of the newest Hokuto no Ken games. Localized as Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, is made by, once again, the Yakuza devs, and known in Japan as Hokuto Gakko Toku, which is like a North Star, which is an awesome title.
Okay, yeah, there's 109 episodes of the TV series. And it is... Oh, my God. I just love it's stupid, overpowered mutants and people with superpowers in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max world. And
I think one of my favorite things about it is that Kenshiro is like, he's a cool, stoic badass. But he's not at the same time, because part of what makes him cool is that he's not, he's not like this crazy psycho murderer guy who just goes around like, he's not like, in the wasteland, post-apocalyptic wasteland, but he's, a really good guy. He will only kill you if you really deserve it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but like, he's like, he carries like the sorrow of his fallen friends, and like he's like, they're more than willing to show him cry, which is something you don't see.
Well, he starts off, the whole story starts off with him being defeated. Mm-hmm. And getting the Big Dipper essentially embedded into his chest. Mm-hmm. It's so over the top, but it's great because it's over the top violence. And it's lots of head explosions.
That's where the Omae wa mo shindairu. Nani? Oh! Oh!
Bah!
Because he's hitting, like, it's an over the top like version of like the whole like hitting pressure points phenomenon, and like hitting like certain hit points of your body in like real life martial arts, except toned up to an insane hilarious degree.
Oh yeah, I like the one guy. Is it?
We like is just like,
I want to say his name is
explode.
I know this is bad. I gotta remember his name. Isn't it Jackal, who basically puts an iron cage around his head to keep his head from exploding after he was punched in the head by?
It's not Jackal. He's Jagi.
Okay.
Because he's one of the other users of the... He's one of the other users of the style Kenshiro uses, and he pretends to be Kenshiro.
Well, I love the fact that when he gets punched in the head later on,
he's wearing a helmet to keep his head from exploding.
It's like, and also he's like, pink, 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 and it like blows apart. I know it's bad. Spoiler alert on a 30-some-year-old anime. I love Fist of North Star. I remember buying you the Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's
still sitting up there.
I think it's still brand new in the package.
That's the Muso game made by the guys who make Dynasty Warriors and all that. It's Ken's Rage.
Yeah.
The first one, which is the good one.
Fist of North Star is just a badass film. It's literally the original Fist of the North Star movie. I got to see that in theaters.
Impressive.
Yeah, so I am a lover of the Fist of the North Star, and I don't think you can go wrong with Fist of the North Star at all. I mean, I guess if you like slice of life manga or anime or stuff with lots of fan service, you're not getting that. That is not what this one is. Martial arts.
It's heart-wrenching. It's emotional.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It is a story of hope when everything is lost. It is, and it has one of the greatest villain deaths in the history of anime. Spoiler alert. Skip ahead like a good couple minutes. Or something. Rao's death is like one of the greatest scenes.
Alright, nope, that's not. What the hell? That's not what I need.
What you looking up?
There it is.
Ah, there you go.
Alright, Brandon did that one. I'm going to go to my next one. Since we both knocked that one out at the same time. Mm-hmm. My next one is Martian Successor Nadesco. I love Nadesco. Nadesco is, yeah, you get the cute girls and the
fan service.
The fan service, and you get the quirky young pilot of the mech. Which, yet again, I'm a huge fan of giant robots. This is a giant robot anime.
Dig giant robots.
Chicks dig giant robots.
If that Vegas would be on this list if it wasn't an anime.
Yeah. It is everything that's anime about it that's not on there. Yeah, it was on the Anime Network, Cartoon Network. I forgot it was on Cartoon Network. I love it was on KTEH for episodes 1, 6, and 25. And they showed 3 episodes of 26 episodes. I am a big fan, and the best part about it is that they love timing up the Neon Genesis Evangelion opening with the Nadesco opening because they are super close. Super close. I love the fact that it has one of my favorite characters of all time in it. Guy Daigoji. He that's not his real name. He's just a guy who pilots a giant mech who grew up on giant mech anime. So every time he does an attack, he does like raging fist punch, you know, stuff like he has to yell out everything. Like, why is he doing that? That's not what you have to do.
He's the Coop of this universe.
Oh yeah, it's so good, and the fact that they kind of poke fun at Mazinger Z. Mm-hmm. There's the whole because that's why Guy Daigoji's named Guy Daigoji because he grew up watching a Mazinger Z anime. Mm-hmm. But it's not Mazinger Z because
it's fake Mazinger Z.
Yeah, it's fake Mazinger Z. But holy shit, this is, and the best part about it is this is one of them ones animes. There's very few that have a really good English dub, and this one has a really good English dub. It's a fun anime. Yeah, they take itself seriously from time to time, but you get about 75% comedy. And
25%
like drama. So I'm gonna go with that.
I already marked that off for you, so you don't got
Gekiganger 3. Yeah, Gekiganger is the Mazinger Z that they have in there. Gekiganger 3 compilation OVA. It was released. That's insane. I need to find that. All right, next,
as they say. I already marked it down for you.
Mark it.
I originally had something else on here, but then I remembered this, and I was like, talk about big mech anime. Really good. Big O.
Big O was fun. Big O, I think, is very, very, very underrated. So, I mean, I'm a...
Big O.
There we go. The Big O. There we go. There we are.
It's got cool main character design. It's got Dorothy.
Yep. Well, mine is that I had to explain to people what Big O was, and I'm like, it's Bruce Wayne in a giant mech instead of a Batmobile. It's Bruce Wayne
and a cool sidekick, robot sidekick.
Yeah. He instead of piloting, he pilots a giant robot. And I love the whole concept of that. It's very, it even says it's a style of film noir and detective fiction. It is, I am a big fan. The robot design's kind of cool because it's so different than what was going on then when it came out. Holy crap. It only ran it's a
really short series, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it only went 13 episodes. I thought it ran a full 2 seasons, but didn't. It's a great one. I love Big O. It's fun. Its head writer is Kananaka,
who worked on Lane and Hellsing.
Yeah, so definitely a really good pedigree going on with that series.
Yeah, Lane and Hellsing's not on my list. Lane's definitely more Joe's thing.
Hellsing is probably would be like in my top 15. So it's one of the ones where I had to start cutting.
You had to like finagle.
Yeah, I had to finagle. All right, my next one is
your turn.
One of this
is it might be the most basic bitch you could say because everybody knows it. But everyone knows it for a reason.
There's a reason everybody loves it, and that is Cowboy Bebop. Well, what's funny is I was listening to the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack while I was cooking dinner the other day, and your grandma was like, "What are you listening to in there?" I'm like, "That's the Cowboy Bebop." I like that. That's really good. It's people have skated to Tank in like competition.
I would. If I was a professional athlete.
I think, and for a series, it's only 20. I can't remember how it's a very short series.
It's a short series with a movie, but everyone loves it because it did not overstay its welcome. It came in, it conquered.
It burnt super fast and super hot. And the fact that we're getting a Netflix TV series, 26 episodes in a movie. And the movie takes place between episodes. Mm-hmm. In 26 episodes, they made you give a shit about those 4 characters.
They created an incredible world. They made incredible characters. The dub is fantastic. Everybody associates it with the dub.
It might be, and I'm more of a
young upstart Steve Bloom.
I'm partial to subs. There's a few that I like the dubs on, but mostly subs.
I used to watch Dragon Ball Z dubbed, but I've gotten... Everybody knocks all Grandma Goku. Fuck you. Masuka Nozawa is queen.
But Cowboy Bebop is probably because I've watched it with both the subtitles and dubbed, and the subtitles don't do it justice. With the actors that they got, the voice actors they got.
Like I said, it had a Steve Bloom in there.
Yeah,
you cannot go wrong with Steve Bloom.
Spike with that voice and the way he does.
Like Steve Bloom was made when the Earth was being formed. Like Steve Bloom was made to play Spike Spiegel, and Spike Spiegel was made to be played by Steve Bloom.
Oh yeah, and I can't for the life of me I can't remember who does the voice of Faye Valentine. That's bad. You know, the voices all just are spot on. I don't know. I cannot stress my love for Cowboy Bebop enough. It's literally these last 3 that I'm doing are probably my top 3 animes. You know,
of all time.
Yeah, it's literally like number 4 would be Bubblegum Crisis. These are my basic, my super basic. But there's a reason Cowboy Bebop is Cowboy Bebop.
There's a reason why everyone loves it and swears by it. If you have not watched Cowboy Bebop, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, and I'm totally going to give the live action version a chance because I give live action anime a chance, and it's got John Cho as
American live action adaptation.
But it's from people who love Cowboy Bebop, so I'll give them a chance. I'm going to give it a chance.
I'm not.
So, all right, Cowboy Bebop, and it's funny because that is one I got your mom to watch because she loved, and literally, we had a corgi because of Cowboy Bebop, except mine was Kaya, but
because it was a girl, you can't exactly.
Well, we could have named her Ein. She wouldn't. No one would have known her.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like it's Einstein. It was named after Kaya. Was my puppy. So, all right.
Best dogs right here.
Best dogs. Then my blind dog, who was just a mutt. All right, there you go, Brandon. Next.
Here's here's an anime that's not for everyone, but I really like it. It's called Watamode. It is about a girl who sucks. And how she's really bad at everything. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, there was
constantly getting owned by life.
Well, was it? There's that one anime. Was it like it's the best I can do or something like that? Was the
it's the full title is something in Japanese. I'm not even gonna try, but the full title translated is no matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault that I'm not popular.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
and it follows Tomoko, who seems like a tragic character at first, but then like you slowly realize that she's digging her own grave.
Yeah,
and
she's
she's a terrible person, but you can't help but like just it's like watching a train wreck of a person. You're just like you can relate with her, but there's a point like I'm gonna be completely honest. Watamote, I was like, man, I don't want to be that bad. Because that, like, I got it on DVD. I'm a big fan of it. I read the manga. Like,
All right.
it's funny. It's funny to watch the girl dig her own grave.
All right. So we're gonna get down. We're gonna go with the one we have, another one we have both of, and we've already talked a lot about it. Dragon Ball, the series, all of them. There's a reason.
Dragon, Rock the Dragon.
There's a
Dragon
reason
Ball Z.
that every month in my previews catalog there's 4 pages of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super toys. There's a reason why there's a constant influx of video games still to this day. There's a reason why they're still pounding out movies. There's a reason why they're still pounding out manga and TV show and whatever. Is because it's Dragon Ball and it's still good. And I'm not gonna lie, I know there's haters. GT is good. Is good at the end. I love the end.
The ending's alright.
Yeah, the beginning of it's I like the first half. I could.
GT, in my opinion, is like it could have been really good, but it's a whole lot of wasted potential. I hate Super 17's design. Joe hates Super 17's design. Baby could have been cool, but in the end he just kind of became Cell but worse. I do like the designs for Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is one of the coolest things ever made.
I love the design for Baby. I love the design for the Super Saiyan 4s.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 is really cool, unironically.
I like the whole concept of each Dragon Ball is a dragon. You know, but I hated the fact that they wanted to go back and get the people who grew up on Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. They wanted to get their kids, so they went and made a Dragon Ball GT.
My thing is, it wants to be Z, but it also wants to be original Dragon Ball at the same time. And those things just do not work together.
No. There's a reason.
Dragon Ball started life off as a gag manga. Akira Toriyama, like, he wrote it as a gag manga.
Mm-hmm.
It was never, like, but then he had a talent for drawing really good fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, progressively over time, you know, he started putting more and more effort into it. Like, we got more serious plot lines. It was still a gag manga at heart, but...
Well, we
started getting stuff like Demon King Piccolo, and...
You had underwear jokes. You had bloomers and Bulma.
Bulma is literally named Bulma Briefs.
Yeah. You had,
And I love that, like, most characters are just named after things Toriyama probably just had next to him. Like, Launch? You think Launch. In Japan, she's Lunch.
Yep.
As in lunch, as in, what you eat at noon.
Okay.
But we love Dragon Ball.
We love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z.
My turn. This one's actually a recent... It's not recent in the sense that it's actually an older anime based off of a visual novel, but I've recently gotten into it thanks to a friend of mine. She's cool. It's often translated as When the Cicadas Cry or something like that. But it's this weird, like, takes place in the 80s. It's a weird murder mystery. Kind of weird supernatural shit going on. Don't want to spoil anything. It's older, but I would seriously recommend it. I'm a couple episodes in. It's really good. It's really, really good. Like, I was like, I am really surprised at how, like, I was just like, man, I gotta keep watching this.
Cool. And then, this is the big one.
Number one. The King. We've talked about it on the show before.
and we will talk about this show until the day we die, because everybody
needs to watch this.
Cromartie
High School.
I watched it on a whim.
And we fell in love instantly.
And literally, we live in the same house. I have a box set, and he has a box set. So we can always watch Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball. We can always watch Cromartie. I remember getting the manga, and it had you guys have burned through the manga, but you guys, it came with like the first episode on a little tiny DVD. And we would actually, so you guys could keep watching it, so we could watch it in the other room. We burnt our copies so that you guys could have them in your bedroom and watch it too. Oh my god.
Freaking love this show.
I
love the manga. It is the best dub ever made. Period. Ever. I talk about Cowboy Bebop's dub, which is also really great, but Cromartie High School's dub is impeccable.
The fact is it has one of the best characters ever in any manga and any show, period. And that is Mechazawa.
Just a regular old high school
Just a regular old high school kid that's shaped like a trash can with robot arms.
He also at some point he also becomes a motorcycle.
Yep.
But he's still just a regular kid.
Yep, just a regular kid. I know this is bad. I was sitting there watching
I want a little Mechazawa Jr. We need to get ourselves a little Mechazawa Jr. and just set it on the table.
I remember having a little toy of him, and I don't know whatever happened to it. No, I'm sitting there watching Robot Wars at the gym the other day. So I'm watching the people robot. I was like, oh my god, I need to build a Mechazawa robot. The Ben with the arms just come out and start smashing things.
It also has the second greatest character ever made, and it's just Freddie Mercury.
It's Freddy, yeah. It's just Freddy. And the gorilla.
Oh.
The fact is that they got the guys in the big fucking mascot suits that you never know why they're in the mascot suits. The fact that there's a gorilla in the school.
Well, it's like they're in the mascot suits because they're on a comedy television show that, like, sucks, but everyone loves it, except for one guy. And he's like, I don't get it. Why does everyone love this? This sucks. Because it's Puton.
I also love the fact that they edit out all the cigarettes and make everybody have a sucker in their mouth.
That's something that's even in the original Japanese, because it's like you can't have underage characters smoking.
Yep.
So they turn it into like gags where they'll like have like the little like they'll have like a little glob of like goop on the end of their stick. But it's like,
oh yeah, I forgot the
Mask Takanuchi.
Yeah, Mask Takanuchi.
There's a character named Takanuchi who gets stuck on a plane and goes to America, and a completely different guy who's like in his 40s
and a Mexican wrestler.
He's not a Mexican wrestler. He's just wearing a mask.
He's wearing a luchador mask.
He just somehow accidentally takes Takanuchi's place, and everyone's still just like, "Hey, Takanuchi." They look nothing alike.
Oh, I forgot Beta Mechazawa.
That's what I was saying. Well, Beta Mechazawa.
Beta Mechazawa, yeah.
He kept getting stepped on.
Oh my god. This
Maeda's mom.
I'm probably going to have to take this with me when I go to the shop.
Oh, the 4 Kings of Cromartie. All 5 of them.
This show is so good. Freaking Cromartie High.
Monster of Default Victories.
Oh my god. It's the parody of the juvenile delinquent manga anime.
It starts off like you start off thinking that it's going to be like a more straightforward parody, but like every turn just like subverts your expectations and just becomes like it's great.
And the fact is that it made one of the best live action anime movies.
I heard a rumor that the guy who, like, one of the guys who led that movie, I think the director maybe, or had never watched or read any Cromartie whatsoever in his life, and yet somehow he had managed to, like, just if that isn't peak Cromartie, I don't know what is.
Just the fact that somebody can bumble their way through perfection is great. Oh my god, it is legit one of the best animes you could ever watch.
It's funny. If you want to show that you'll be rolling on the floor laughing, like you will be like clutching your like stomach, just like it's absurd, it's witty, it's funny, it's just
Gorilla often appears in Gorilla. Sometimes wears a watch. Considered smarter than most of the main characters.
I think one of my favorite jokes is where there's the fucking nose hair bit.
Oh yeah,
Hokkaido's
Hokkaido's lackey, nameless in the series. While he does have a name, no one seems interested in knowing it, including Haku himself. He's just the guy, other guy, just Haku's lackey. Oh my god!
Every time he's about to say his name, like something ridiculous happens.
Oh my god! But no, you need to go back, and that
I love Hokuto's lackey.
Is our top 10 list for anime. This
number 1 all-time Cromartie High School. We said no, not specific order, except for
Cromartie. Cromartie is just stupid good. So, all right, we're gonna end that one, and we're going to do. I'm going to take a.
I need to get going upstairs.
Yeah, you need to go to bed, and I'm going to finish up with a couple comic book reviews, but
catch y'all later, boys.
Adios.
Dudes, dudettes, and whatever you identify as in between, whatever, I don't care.
Thunder, 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 thunder.
Introducing the evil mutant warriors, Rataro, Vulture-Man, Groom the Destroyer, battle against Lion-O and the new Thundercat allies, Hachiman, Snowman, Tuska Warrior. The battle is on for the Sword of Omen.
Thunder, 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 thunder.
Figures and vehicles each sold separately from LJN.
Would you believe it? My pal here has never tried Jiffy Pop, ever. Maybe his mom doesn't know how fresh Jiffy Pop tastes. Or that this foil keeps the fresh taste in until the second you eat it. But imagine going through life without ever tasting Jiffy Pop? I'd say it's not human. What do you say, pal?
More. Free from Jiffy Pop. Wuzzles drinking cups. See package for details.
Look! It's Ultimatus and the Autobots! Battle Chargers attack! Nobody jumps into action faster than Battle Chargers! My Battle Chargers will crush the Autobots! Nobody jumps into action faster than Battle Chargers! For the meets the eye, the Transformers!
It's the Autobots! Battle Chargers attack!
The Transformers, each sold separately from Hasbro.
To help us in our never-ending battle against the evil Decepticons, we create the incredible Dinobots.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Dinobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers.
The Decepticons are attacking! Dinobots, get him!
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
All right, we are back, and Brandon is taking off for the night. I'm going to do some comic book reviews now because this is a long ass episode. So I'm going to give you a heads up. Drop this week. These are my picks of the week this week. This is, I guess, 4 of them, even though one of them is a reprint, just because the freaking cover is so awesome. All right. First one is Haha, issue 2. I bought this on a whim, not gonna lie. I was checking it out, thought the premise sounded really good, and I decided to pick it up, and it is a great series. Each one issue is a story, boom, one and done. This story is really good, but super, super depressing. Maxwell Prince is killing it on writing it. The artwork is pretty good. Zoe Thorogood. I can't stress this one enough. This one's hot, period. I mean, I don't even know if you can... I just got the second print. I believe it keeps selling out. So, all right. Next book is... Boom. King in Black 4. It is leading up to the downfall of the King in Black, and the anti-King in Black shows up. His brother, and it is a long-standing Marvel character who you find out is his brother, I guess. It is something I was sort of spoiled on. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but if anybody knows, it is, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that explains a lot. So, King in Black number 4. Next one is just simply because I like this book, and this is the variant cover for issue 2, or for second print of issue 1. Gwenom versus Carnage. The Lee In-hyuk, I may butcher that, variant cover. That is stupid pretty and stupid nice. And my number 1 pick for the week is, boom, Last Ronin from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Supposedly this is the most printed IDW book ever, and for a good reason. It's super depressing, but super good. It is, if anybody knows about it, there's one turtle left, and I'm not going to give nothing away from the first issue, but it takes place in the future. It's brutal, it's sad, it's intriguing, it's got everything. So that's my top picks for this week. I'm going to show you some of the upcoming books. I only got to read a handful of them this week. Well, I got to read most of them, but these drop Wednesdays. Is a Future State again. There's a Future State Legion of Superheroes number 2. Not gonna lie, I thought the first issue was really strong, and I think the second issue kind of was a letdown. I don't know. I wasn't pleased with that one. All right, next one is Dark Detective number 4. Probably Dark Detective might be in the top 3 of the Future State books. Super basic Batman down to the nitty gritty. He has no anything, and he's still making it. This book still continues to be good. I hope we're going to get more of that in the future. Future State Suicide Squad. Without giving anything away, Amanda Waller always has a backup plan. That's all I'm going to say on that one. There we go. Superman versus Imperious Lex. I did not want to enjoy this book. I thought it was going to be dumb. It's good. Lex Luthor is such an a-hole in this book, and old Lois is great in it. It's up there. It's one of the better Future States. As issue 2. Then we got the Superman House of L Future State. The Superman family, way in the future. I did not know if I was gonna like this or not, but I'm impressed. It's I believe it's a 1-shot or maybe 2, but you see Superman's descendants, and I really enjoy that one. Next up is, these are the ones I did not get a chance to read yet, but there we go. There's Aquaman I love the first issue. We're hoping the second issue is the same. Dropping this week also is Future State Batman Superman. And with that badass Art Adams cover, because you can't go wrong with Art Adams. Drops next week is the Batman White Knight Harley Quinn. Did not want to like this series, but here we are, loving that series. And then Generations Forged. I haven't got a chance to read it yet, but I think this is going to be what I want to read as soon as I get off of here. So that is all for this week. We're probably going to go back to the anime again. I think the next thing we're going to do is the anime movies or like single one-shots, whatnot. So I am going to say goodnight, and I am Paul for Brandon and Tina, who are not here. We're not licensed therapists, and y'all have a good night. Oh, shit, sorry. No, before I leave, remember, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. We're also on YouTube. Check us out wherever you listen to your podcast. But right now we have a thing going on. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube and on Podbean. If I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, we're giving away a copy of Batman or DC's Metals trade paperback, brand new, sealed. We hit 100, then one lucky subscriber will get that, and we get 100 subscribers on Podbean. I'll be giving away a brand new copy of DC's Road to Metal to one lucky subscriber. And on Twitter right now, we're giving away a hardback trade paperback of the Uncanny Avengers, and when we hit 500 followers on there, so follow us at Group Therapy TV. Look for me as under Emperor Palpatine. Look for us on Podbean under Group Therapy TV. Look for us on YouTube as Group Therapy TV, and you might win something. So check us out. And now I'm going to say goodbye. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.